Welcome to Random Story Time with Dragon. These stories may or may not be true. All right. So I got a story to tell you. So I'm at the mall. I'm there. I think I went to pick up a pair of shoes, but I wear a pretty large shoe, so it's pretty hard to find my shoe. It's always this whole issue. Long story short, I'm there. I'm trying to grab a few things, maybe a pair of shoes if possible. So I'm in there. I'm trying out a few things. I hear all this commotion, people, making this noise. And I'm like, okay, so what's going on? It's starting to get louder and louder and keeps getting louder. So I'm like, okay, didn't find anything I wanted to hear. Let me go see what's going on. And I'm like, do you know what's happening? The owner had no clue what was going on. So I'm like, all right, let me go out here. Let me see what's going on. So I go out, and then in the middle of the food court, right in the middle of the mall, there's a big old crowd of people over there. So I'm like, man, what's going on? You clearly, like some type of altercation or something's happening. Somebody must be over here fighting or something like that, man. That's the only thing I could think of. And I'm like, all right, let me go. Let me see what's going on. So I go to peek my head in the crowd, see what's happening. But it's a dance off. It's not a fight at all. Like they dancing, like people are dancing in the middle of this crowd. But the dance, it wasn't, it wasn't just your regular dance off. It was like the whole situation was kind of odd to me. First off, there was two people dancing in the middle of this huge crowd in the middle of the food court. They done push chairs around, and then when I look in there, I see a kid, maybe 10, 15 years, I would say 10, 12 years old, somewhere in that range. I see this little kid over there, they going at it. But on the opposite end of that, I'm not sure if it was his grandmother or, who it was, maybe another elder person, but there was an elderly person going against this 12-year-old kid. And it was the craziest dance off I've ever seen in my life. You thought the kid would have all the crazy moves, but the elderly person was doing everything you could imagine. I'm talking head spins and everything. Like they pulled the cane into the mix. They started doing some weird kind of almost like jujitsu type moves with the cane and stuff like that, flipping around, jumping over it was the craziest thing I ever seen in the mall ever. You know what I mean? I didn't see some crazy things in the mall, but I ain't never seen a grandma and a kid having a dance off in the middle of a food court. I mean, that's the craziest thing I've seen in a while.